Amatshono omthwakazo omuhle silamukela njalo kwesinye isiqephu sethu sezindaba umsakazo we-Citizens Movement Radio. Namhla kungolwesibili zingamashumi 23 kuMpalakazi ngomnyaka ka-2025. Indaba lizethulelwa ngikhethiwe Chuma. Kwesihamba phambili namhlanje kumsakazo we-Citizens Movement Radio. Lingabameli bethu kusho uMongameli uChamisa lapho encoma izizalwane zeZimbabwe eziphila ngaphandle kwelizwe. Sokulokukhala okukhulu ngokufuna ukuba kukhululwe uMatsibaba Veshanduko. Iqembu lama-Warriors linqotshiwe kodwa life lizamile. Nanzi indaba zethu ngokugcweleyo. Umongameli wabantu Advocate Nelson Chamisa usencome kakhulu umphakathi waseZimbabwe ophila ngaphandle kwelizwe lapho athi bamele ilizwe lethu. Uye waphosela emakhasini akhe okuxhumana. Umongameli uChamisa uthi labo abaphila ngaphandle kwelizwe badlala indima enkulu kakhulu ngoba benza umkhonomi welizwe uqhakaze ngokuthumeza imali ekhaya. Uye wenza isicelo njalo sokuba bonke labo abahlala ngaphandle kwelizwe baphenduke nxa esethethe intambo zombuso ukuze kulungiswe umkhonomi welizwe. Ake sizweni kwabanye abaphila ngaphandle kwelizwe ukuba bathini ngenkulumo kaMongameli uChamisa.
Hello citizens, hello champions, Tony Shawa here. Concerning the message that President Nelson Chamisa has given in his social platforms, the message that is directed to the diasporians, I would say is quite a welcome message that is giving at the moment, considering that the people who are in the diaspora have been totally neglected by Zimbabwe, besides the contributions that they make towards nation building through the remittances that come year in, year out into Zimbabwe. We see that the diasporan community, they form the larger part of those people who've been bringing foreign currency to Zimbabwe if we look into it closely. And we see that many families are being sustained. If it wasn't for the diaspora community, they would not have managed, but they are being sustained because of the money that comes from the people who are in the diaspora. So it is quite important to acknowledge that that move by the Zimbabweans, the support that they give to their country, undying support. We see that we have many Zimbabweans in South Africa, many Zimbabweans in England, many Zimbabweans in America, in Australia, New Zealand, and the world over. In every part, we hear there are Zimbabweans that are there who are soldiers, who are serving the community as councillors, as MPs in different nations. Imagine being a councillor or an MP in UK or in America, you see. But we are seeing Zimbabweans, they are in the film industry. We've seen people like Arnold Tongai Chirisa. He's there in the film industry dominating, and that's a Zimbabwean name, that's a Zimbabwean flag that is being raised. We've seen people like Temba Gorimbo in the martial arts, in the sporting industry. He's there. You see, he's a Zimbabwean raising the Zimbabwean flag high. So we do really appreciate the diasporians, and we appreciate, as the diasporians, the message that President Chamisa is giving to us. It's quite a powerful message of solidarity, which shows that he believes in the people that are out there, unlike the current government that we have in Zimbabwe that does not recognize anything from the diasporians. We are labeled an enemy of the state. If you're from outside the country, you're a Zimbabwean who's living outside the country, you are labeled an enemy of the state. But we are not enemies of the state. We love Zimbabwe. We are very patriotic towards our country. But for the reasons that are obvious, we are outside and we are doing what we have to do so that we can be sustained in our lives. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Iziphathamandla zebandla eliphikisayo zenze isicelo sokuba kukhululwe uGodfrey Karembera masinyane, lo owaziwa ngokuthi nguMatsibaba Veshanduko, lapho besithi ukuqhubeka kokuvalelwa kwakhe kakukho emthethweni njalo budimaza ubuntu bakhe. Omunye walabo abayiziphathamandla zebandla eliphikisayo owaziwa ngokuthi nguMatsimayi Veshanduko uthi uMatsibaba Veshanduko uhlukunyezelwa ukuba ngumsekeli kaMongameli Chamisa. Uye wathi uKarembera njengezinye izakhamizi ulalo ilungelo lokuba athole isibambiso njalo lokushushiswa kwecala lakhe ngendlela ekhululekileyo. Ake sizweni uMadzimai Veshanduko ekhuluma.
Ndinoitwa Precious Dina kana kuti Madzimai Veshanduko, mutsigiri waPurezidendi Advocate Nelson Chamisa. Sevatsigiri vavaChamisa tine kunyunyuta kwakanyanya, tine kurwadziwa kwakanyanya mumwoyo nemabatiro ari kuitwa mumwe wedu uyo anotsigira vaChamisa, anoitwa Godfrey Karembera kana kuti madzibaba Veshanduko. Madzibaba Veshanduko vane nguva vari mukati mehusungwa, asi vari kunyimwa mukana wokubvisa mari yechibatiso, muchirungu yatinoti bail. Asi tikatarisa bumbiro remutemo, asi tikatarisa mutemo wenyika unoti munhu akapomerwa mhosva akapinzwa muhusungwa anopiwa mukana wokubvisa mari yechibatiso ratinoti bail muchirungu, achitongwa achibva kumba. Tikatarisa kune vamwe vakapomerwa mhosva vakaita savaWalter Magaya. VaWalter Magaya vakapomerwa mhosva yefraud, vakapomerwa mhosva yekubata chibharo yatinoti repi muchirungu, asi takaona vachipiwa mukana wokubvisa mari yechibatiso vachitongwa vachibva kumba. Asi madzibaba Veshanduko ndivo vakatotanga kusungwa vaMagaya vasati vasungwa. Saka isu sevatsigiri vavaChamisa hatisi kufara nemabatiro ari kuitwa madzibaba Veshanduko, vari kutyorerwa kodzero dzavo. Isu tiri kuti kumadzitare edzimhosva ngakutongwe pachena, ngakutongwe zviri pajekerere, ngakusashandiswe zvichienderana nekuti wabuda mumba maani. Ngatisatarisei kuti mutsigiri wavaChamisa here kana kuti mutsigiri wani. Vatongi vedu kumadzitare edzimhosva ngavatonge zvakafanana. Madzibaba Veshanduko vanofanira kupiwa mukana wokubvisa mari yechibatiso vatongwe vachibva kumba, sekupiwa kwakaita vaWalter Magaya mukana wokubvisa mari yechibatiso vachibva kumba. Tinoda utongi hwejekerere kumadzitare edzimhosva.
Iqembu labobaba laseZimbabwe elidlala inguqu elaziwa ngokuthi ngama-Warriors linqotshwe liqembu laseGibhithe 2-1 emidlalweni ye-AFCON esungulwe eMorocco izolo. IZimbabwe iye yathungamela ngehlandla lokuqala ngegoli elivele kuPrince Dube, kodwa basebehlohlwa amagoli amabili ngehlandla lesibili liqembu laseGibhithe. U-Omar Mamosh nguye ohlohle igoli lakuqala kweleGibhithe, kwathi uMohamed Salah wahlohla elesibili, leli elidumaze inhliziyo zabantu baseZimbabwe. Esinye sesiphathamandla sebandla eliphikisayo Stephen Sarkozy Chuma usethe izakhamizi kumele zimanyane zilwisane lombuso wodlakela lo oka-Emmerson Mnangagwa kumnyaka ozayo. UChuma uthi ilizwe selibhekane lokubhidlika ngaphansi kobuthungameli bukaMnangagwa, kanti njalo izakhamizi sokuyisikhathi zokuba zisukume zihlenge ilizwe lokunye okuza kubhujiswa ngaphansi kobuholi bukahulumende webandla leZANU-PF. Ake sizweni uChuma ekhuluma.
Yes, next year presents a perfect opportunity for Zimbabweans to join forces and stand up against Emmerson Mnangagwa's corrupt and irresponsible government. Our people do not have food, our people do not have water, our people do not have electricity, the roads are in shambles, unemployment is very high, and inflation is also high. It is time for Zimbabweans to define the course of this country, and that needs genuine leadership, and that needs patriotic citizens to stand up and gather ordinary citizens so that we fight to make sure that Zimbabwe returns to its former glory. We cannot continue on this path where people are looting minerals. We cannot continue on this path where people are looting from state coffers, while the majority of citizens remain poor, while the majority of citizens cannot feed themselves, while the majority of citizens die in hospitals because of lack of medicines. This is a clarion call to all Zimbabweans that we must act in 2026, that we must stop the 2030 nonsense, that we must stop corruption, that we must stop abuse of power by the ZANU-PF regime.
Usaziwayo wezokuthengiselana u-Obed Masaraure uthi umnyaka lo ube ngumnyaka onzima kakhulu kuzisebenzi zikahulumende. UMasaraure uthi udaniswa ukuba uhulumende akazimiselanga ukuba alalele izicelo zezisebenzi zikahulumende iloba sokube lezicelo eziningi zinhlanganiso zabaqhashi ukuba kulungisiswe indlela okusetshenzwa ngayo kanye leholo labo. Ake sizweni uMasaraure ekhuluma.
Zimbabwe civil service continued to suffer a massive brain drain in 2025 because the government of Emerson Mnangagwa has failed to deliver with regards to the welfare of civil servants. Civil servants continue to earn paltry salaries. For teachers, we have noted that at least 400 were leaving the profession on a monthly basis. This is so terrible. This massive bleeding would definitely have a negative impact on our developmental plans as a country. We need a solid state bureaucracy which is run by well-paid, competent civil servants if we are going to deliver on the development agenda of Zimbabwe. We do not want our civil service to be outdone by the private sector. If we strip the civil service of its capacity, then at the end of the day, our civil service will become second fiddle to the private sector. And we know that in such a civil service would not be able to play the role of regulating capital. And at the end of the day, it will not be able to really play the role of ensuring that we have a democratic dispensation. So in 2026, we continue to urge the government of Emerson Mnangagwa to revisit their priorities, to stop stripping the state of its capacity to deliver for its people, strengthen our civil service. Let's have a strong state bureaucracy run by civil servants that are well paid, that can deliver the development that we all need in Zimbabwe. But we also urge the civil servants themselves to go beyond begging and start uniting and fight as a united front, particularly demanding their right to collective bargaining, which is still not provided even in the amended Public Service Act. The biggest fight for 2026 for civil servants is to demand the right to collective bargaining, to ensure that they have the right to strike, protest day in and day out until the government pays. This is for the civil servants themselves and the nation at large.
Omunye wesiphathamandla kubandla eliphikisayo uSemgondongwe usekhuthaze izakhamizi zaseZimbabwe ukuba zimanyane ukuze zilwisane lokushushumbiswa kwezidakamizwa. uGondongwe uye wathi ungqongqoshe okhangela ngendaba zasekhaya uKazembe Kazembe uye waveza kuviki ephelileyo ukuba iziphathamandla zebandla leZANU-PF yizo ezishushumbisa ngezidakamizwa, kanti lokho kuveza ukuba izakhamizi ziphakathi kokudubeka, kanti njalo sokumele kube lokungenelela ukuze kulwisane lezidakamizwa. Uye wangezelela ngokuba ibandla leZANU-PF selehlulekile ukuthola isisombululo sokuqeda ukusetshenziswa kwezidakamizwa, yikho-ke izakhamizi sokumele zisukume zizilwele. Ake sizweni uGondongwe ekhuluma.
I think as a citizen we should take action, because if you listened to Kazembe Kazembe last week, he echoed the same sentiments as said by Tinoma Chakaire, that drugs are being brought in the country through ZANU-PF gurus, through ZANU-PF cabals, through ZANU-PF corrupt leadership, and the police is doing nothing, yet him is the minister responsible for policing our nation. This shows that they've got no power whatsoever to effect arrest to those guys that are peddling drugs, those that are involved in corruption, and they are crying aloud so that they get help from the citizens. It's unfortunate that as citizens we are dormant, we are docile, we are not acting on the word that has been said, because on their own they failed to rectify the errors. They failed to rectify the situation, to bring the culprits to book. So they are going public so that every sane Zimbabwean understands that it's beyond the capacity of the minister of policing our institutions. So as Zimbabweans, we should take it into our hands and go into the streets to demand the arrest of those that are destroying the lives and the fiber of our nation. You know, if you drag people, you drag the youth, it means the nation has been rendered useless, because there is no development that's going to come, meaningful development that is going to come. The leaders are being destroyed in their infancy. So we really need to stand up and show this ZANU-PF the ZANU-PF regime that as Zimbabweans we demand accountability, we demand justice, we demand the end of corruption, we demand the end of drug abuse, we demand the end of drug and substance career, bringing in those things that are destroying our nation, that are destroying the lives of our people, that are destroying the economy of this nation. We really need to stand up as a people.
Umqondisi wenhlanganiso ye-Centre for Natural Resources Governance, uFarai Maguwu, usethe izakhamizi kazisukume zilwele amalungelo abo ngenxa yokutshontshwa kwezembiwa okwenzakalayo kwele Zimbabwe kusenziwa izizalwane zesi-China zincediswa libandla le-ZANU-PF. uMaguwu uthi ilizwe laseZimbabwe selinikele kakhulu kulizwe lase-China ngezembiwa zaselizweni ezifana le-chrome, i-lithium kanye lokunye, kanti njalo kuthengiswa ngemali ephansi kakhulu, lokhu okwenza izizalwane zaseZimbabwe zingatholi lutho. Uxwayise ukuba nxa kungela zinto ezenziwayo kumbe amanyathelo athathwayo, abantwana abazakuzalwa kusasa abazi ukuthola lutho elizweni ngoba konke kuyabe sokutshontshiwe. Ake simzweni ekhuluma.
I think we need civic education for the Zimbabwean people to understand that mining, the current model of mining in this country, is not a form of investment. It's organized crime. It's a subjugation of the sovereign rights of the Zimbabwean people. Anytime you see a mining activity in a place, that does not translate to public goods like road infrastructure. In fact, mining itself depreciates road infrastructure because of the use of shunting heavy trucks, 30-ton trucks, which in most cases they falsify even the data that they're carrying 30 tons instead of 45 or 50 tons, which they will be carrying. So the roads they cave in, they are quickly destroyed. So when you see mining that does not contribute to road rehabilitation, that's organized crime. And when you see mining that does not translate to health infrastructure, educational infrastructure, construction of modern settlements, settlements that can outlive the mine itself, that long after the mine is gone, that settlement can assume a new identity of its own, but owing its origin to mining. When those things are not happening, you are not seeing investors, you are seeing criminals. The only difference between the colonial era and now is that whereas during the colonial era, they used our resources, even though our leaders were not part of the decision-making hierarchy, but they used our resources to build towns like Bindura, Shurugwi, Shavani, Wange, and many other towns, even towns like Mutare. There is a mining footprint there. Currently, you have a few leaders who are working in cahoots with foreign criminals, and the freebies drop into their pockets, but it's not compare. I mean, there's no comparison to the billions that the nation is losing to illicit organized crime by these so-called investors. So that's what you are seeing. All those bags, it's ready for China. And I want you also to know that those bags carry only 4% lithium. The question that Zimbabweans must ask is, what is the 96% of that ore which the Chinese are carrying to China? What is in that ore? No one is telling us about that. The reality is they are taking more than lithium. They are not fools that they can just carry soil to China. No. Zimbabwe is being plundered, it's being hemorrhaged, left, right, and center. And yet, look at our cities, they are deteriorating. Our people are drinking sewage. It's a nightmare to go home after work because roads have disappeared. But we have become the biggest donor to China, not the other way around. China is not donating anything to us. Their loans, they are heavily inflated. We are not told the truth. We will pay through the nose. But how are they going to pay us back for our resources which they've been looting, from the diamonds of Marange to the lithium of Bikita, of Goromonzi, of Mberengwa, of Gwanda, of Kamativi, of Boera? No one is talking about all these things. Our country is being plundered, and Zimbabweans must unite and stop this hemorrhaging.
Ke sikhangele kwezemidlalo. Emidlalweni ye-Africa Cup of Nations edlalwe izolo, ilizwe lase-South Africa linqobe i-Angola 2-1. Kwathi umdlalo obuphakathi kweZambia leMali zipheleze ngojikelo bhanqa 1-1. Namhlanje ngemva kwemini ilizwe lase-DRC liza kubhekana leBenin, kukanti iSenegal iza kubhekana leBotswana. Namhlanje njalo kusihlwa iNigeria iza kudlala leTanzania bese kusithi iTunisia yona iza kubhekana leUganda. Kwimidlalo yeCarabao Cup ekhangelelwe ukudlalwa namhlanje kusihlwa, i-Arsenal iza kubhekana leCrystal Palace kuma-quarterfinals. Abaza kuwina kulowo mdlalo baza kubhekana leChelsea emidlalweni yama-semi-finals. Kusenjalo, iManchester City kanye leNewcastle ziza kubhekana njalo kuma-semi-finals. Emidlalweni ye-English Premier League edlalwe izolo kusihlwa, iFulham iye yanqoba iNottingham Forest 1-0 ngegoli elivele kuRaul Jimenez elihlohlwe ngepenalty. Ukuziphetha lezi ndaba kumsakazo we-Citizens Movement Radio nanze bezihamba phambili. Lingabameli bethu kusho uMongameli uChamisa lapho encoma izizalwane eziphila ngaphandle kwelizwe. Sokulokumemezela njalo kuba kakukhululwe uMatsibaba Beshanduko. Iqembu lama-Warriors linqotshiwe kodwa lilwe ukulwa okuhle. Kuvela kimi intombi yakoChuma ukhethiwe kanye lethimba le-Citizens Movement Radio. Sithanda ukulibonga abalaleli bethu ngosekelo lwenu elisiphe lona umnyaka wonke. Silifisela ikhisimusi enhle kanye lomnyaka omusha. Siyathemba njalo ukuba siza kuqhubeka sisonke sililethela indaba elizithandayo. Siza kuphenduka njalo maduzane ngemva kwekhefu. Okwesikhathi sanalesi sithanda ukuba lilandele i-Citizens Movement WhatsApp channel yethu le ezabe isebenza. Libe lekhisimusi elihle.